How do they line up for this one? Class 2 of the 1200 metres, 105 to 80 here, so a Class 2. Willpower off the track since June, a 6-time course and distance winner. California Deep Shot comes down in class. Silver Figs won 5 times course and distance, including first up this season, last time out. Sight Success, twice winning at Happy Valley, switches now to the all-weather. Red Desert's got a good record at course and distance as well. 3 times he's won. Sarsen, a course and distance winner. And Chang Cheng Prince, well, his last 2 wins have been over the 1650, now dropping back to the 1200 metres, a distance he has won on the turf. We start off with the speed map, though, of course, and we're saying good, Tom, in the early stages here. And with the smaller field, does everyone get a reasonably good run?
Yeah, they should do. Maybe Red Desert might be the odd one out there from gate number 9, but if the field was able to break up Paul, he might be able to get in. But Sight Success, he's been relatively consistent in terms of going forward. Yeah,
going forward, and K-Ying Master as well, he likes to go forward as well. Chang Cheng Prince dropping back in trip, should get a nice enough run with the California Deep Shot. Willpower, Silver Fig, they're normally back runners, but with a smaller field, I don't think they'll be too far away.
Okay, all right, so that is the feature race at number 7 as far as the speed is concerned. We'll have a look at a couple of the runners in a second, but let's start off with the returning Willpower and trainer, Douglas White.
Douglas, Willpower, we haven't seen him since June. He's been off a long time. What's kept him off the track?
Oh, he's had some surgery on his knees, and thankfully it's been very successful. He's bounced back. He's had 2 trials, and both have looked reasonably good to the eye.
He's been up at Chung Fa for a long time. Obviously, part of his sort of recuperation, as it were. He's done well since he's been up there.
He has. Look, the facilities there are fantastic. It's obviously the perfect opportunity for a horse to recover, and as you know, the facilities are great. So he's come back in good order. He did put on a substantial amount of weight, which we've had to work off him. But you know, he's always a big horse anyway. But I'd say the break's done him the world of good.
Just given his size and stature, he's got a bigger weight to carry this Sunday. Jerry rides and will obviously claim off that as well. Any concern there at all?
There's always a concern when you get to the top end of any race, especially on the dirt over the 1200. There's no release of pressure. It's relentless from the get-go. However, he is a big, robust horse, and he's carried weight in the past. So I'm hoping that can help him offset the large amount of weight. But it is his first run back, so you know he's going to be a bit ring rusty, and I'm just crossing my fingers that he gets back to peak fitness and back to his racing ways, which he's really done well. You know, he's as honest as the day's long, and he seems to thrive on the dirt.
And obviously, we're only a week away from what is the biggest fixture in the Hong Kong calendar. As a rider, you were a permanent fixture of that, obviously plenty of success. But as a trainer, just the one runner last year, you've got 2 this year, both Stronger and Russian Emperor. Are you happy with both of those going into next week?
I am. Russian Emperor seems to really come good after 2 races, which, you know, I thought his last run was pretty eye-catching. He didn't really get a full crack at them. He's trained on well. He's looking good to the eye, and Stronger. He's a picture of health. He hasn't put a foot wrong since he stepped in the yard, and if anything, he just keeps improving. So you know, he's probably a hand short of being the top Group 1 level. But if anything's vulnerable, he'll be there to take up any slack.
Strong lineup in the sprint and the Cup as well. Russian Emperor struck a very good field this year. We'll concentrate, though, on Willpower. And, of course, with Jerry being out, Blake's riding him now, Tom, so he will shoulder the whole 133 rather than the claim off.
Yeah, and I think that combined with up 40 pounds odd in body weight just might be a little bit of a test for him this time around. Willpower, we know he's got plenty of quality, Paul, but I think there's a couple of mitigating factors there.
Yeah, look, he's had that surgery. He's got that really good fresh up record, as we saw. So, look, I'll put him in on a very minor line. He's put on 40 pounds since the last season.
Yeah, he definitely has and does set the standard as far as the dirt sprinters are concerned. Has for a season or so. But taking that into account, Tom, Silver Fig was super first up this season. If he comes on from this, he's got to be very dangerous.
Absolutely. And we've seen the last sort of couple of wins on wet tracks and these sort of races from the likes of Silver Fig and Willpower. They get to the outside and they seem to perform their best in the better part of the track that hasn't seen too much use during the day, and he was near the rear. It was an easy win in the end, was able to run past them all. Kerpity there on the inside. It's No reason why he can't go on with it again.
No, I agree. And he has won second up in the past. I know he's won fresh up now, but he's also won second up in the past. And the horse is working really well.
Yeah, and Tony Miller's horses are flying on the all-weather surface. Got another real good chance later on the programme. This is Sight Success, Paul. At Happy Valley, though, of course, but he's in good form.
He is. No, he won 2 in a row there. He started off the season, when he first got here to Hong Kong, he won 3, so he's a 5-time winner. He's had one go on the all-weather. He drew wide on that occasion and ran 5th. Look, I think he's found a really tough race here. He'll be on the pace, but I think he'll get a bit of pressure.
Yeah, I think there'll be some pressure there for him as well. That's Ka-Ying Star, who's performed well on the surface in the past. He's coming into the second up. He hasn't won second up in the past, but he might not be the worst on what he did last start.
OK, more turf form here, Tom, but Zarson has won on the dirt before, and this is a pretty strong form line as well, I think.
Yeah, well, he's coming behind Fantastic Way, and also with Trillion Will. He's only got a couple behind him here at this point with about 300 metres left to go, and the best part of this race here was when he wound up strongly sort of the last 50 metres or so, and he was only really a couple of bounds away from winning this race.
No, it was a really good run, and he has won on the all-weather before, and he's been second 4 times. So the surface hold knows fair for him. So, yeah, I've included him. I think it was a really good run.
Finishing 4th, beating a short head behind the dead heaters there in Trillion Win and Fantastic Way. Last one we can have a look at here is Cheng Cheng Prince. Now, his wins have been over the 1650 on the all-weather, but it's 1200 now, Paul.
Yeah, it is. So he has to come back and trip. He has won 1200 on the turf a couple of times, and he has won over 1000 as a Griffin as well. So I don't think the distance is too much of a problem for him. He comes in with a really light weight, and he's really showing a liking for the surface. He's 2 from 2 on it. So, look, I've included him.
Yeah, he didn't quite make it in for me this time around, Cheng Cheng Prince. Their last start on the turf, he had, I thought, pretty much every chance on the trail. I think there's a few others here that just might have a little bit over him.
Yeah, those are my sort of thoughts as well. But he's actually come up as favourite here, Paul, the Grey.
Yeah, so I put him in as the Quinella horse. I've got Silver Fig on top. I just think the horse is really going well at the moment. So he's on top to beat Cheng Cheng Prince. Zarson was a fantastic run. And then Willpower in for 4th. Just on the back of that fresh up record, we know he's a class horse. He's a 6-time winner. We'll just see how he goes. I think he'll get back. He'll be running on. But 3, 9, 7 and 1 in the end.
3, 7, 6 and 1. I think Silver Fig can go on and win again. We know his quality on the all-weather. Zarson certainly after that terrific effort on the turf last time out. Ka-Ying Master and Willpower there on a minor line. 3, 7, 6 and 1.
Silver Fig, he'll do for me. The rest of the field all have some sort of each-way claims, I think, but we'll go one out here, Silver Fig, in the feature, the Class 2.